Hello everybody, thank you for stopping at the Cranberry Cornstalk YouTube channel, the channel where we share our love for making and selling primitive decor. Today, this week, I'm going to share with you how I make and ship items through the mail. Now, specifically room sprays. There's been so much controversy on the room sprays. How can you make room sprays without alcohol? And I want to tell you the recipe that I've had for years. You can see it's handwritten, and I will allow you to use this recipe. That's why I published it. But there is no alcohol in this recipe. And the controversy was, how in the world can you make a room spray with no alcohol? Well, this is how you do it. The water that we use is, of course, it's the distilled water, and it's also, we pair it with a germ killer and another product that we use to combine the oils with the water. And polysorbate 20 is the item that we use to combine. It breaks down the oil and water so it will mix. It somehow adheres the molecules together. So the polysorbate 20 is the key for that. And then of course the Germal Plus or whatever Germal product that you use takes care of any kind of birth of some kind of unwanted germ in your spray. So that's the two products that we use, and they're nice because you can ship these without worry of a flammable liquid. The most part would be the scent, and it's 1.5 ounces out of 5 bottles. So you would have to, let's see, 5, 10, 15, at least 15 bottles of spray, room spray, before you'd even hit the minimum, and you can just ship in 2 boxes. So it's really a very simple, easy fix. This recipe I have kind of tweaked over the years, and it's amazing. It's a long scented room spray. You can spray it on your linens, on your pillows, on your curtains, whatever, to scent your room beautifully. And it does not stain. As you can see when we are finished, it is a clear liquid. It's one thing you have to remember, there's very careful measurements that need to be made, clear down to the 0.1 ounce. So it's one of those things you just want to be careful with, first of all, to save you money, so you're not wasting product. And second of all, you want to make sure you get enough so that there's my liquid Germal Plus. It takes care of any germs in your spray product, but it also makes sure the product works together. So this is the recipe. Please feel free to freeze frame when it goes back to my handwritten notebook. I will be more than happy to share that with you, obviously. But it's great for, again, for you shop owners or you wholesalers or just somebody who wants to buy a gift. Our sprays, our linen room sprays, are amazing for shipping in the mail, so you won't have that problem. And I'll show you some other tips that I have that we use when we put our spray bottles together for shipping that really helps. So as far as the product goes and what you have to have on it, oh my goodness, please forgive the black and beeswax on my hot pad. It's on everything in the shop, so it is not dirty. It is just black and beeswax, and it is on absolutely everything. But back to what I was saying, the products that you are shipping internationally have to have a few things mandated on the product. And I have shipped to Italy, to the United Kingdom multiple times, to Canada, and different countries, and I've never been stopped, or my items have never been seized, because I'm very clear and transparent with what I have and what is in it. One of the things they want is if you're sending something liquid, you have to have it sealed at least twice, and something in the packaging that if it did leak, it would absorb the product. I know that's postal code. Another thing is they want to know what exactly is in the bottle. So here I have a breakdown of the items that are in there, and very clear about how much is in each one. They want to see where it is from, what town, what state, and what country. So that's what I have on the labels that I ship internationally. I have a sealed cap for them, and then you'll see later on in the video here, I have another heat shrink seal that I put around the top in case, something goes wrong with that. And this is just the scent. I'm not quite sure why I put that in the video, but I guess I was shipping a whole bunch of Sweet Biscuit. That's the Snickerdoodle scent. We call it Sweet Biscuit when we sell it, so that must have been the product I was shipping here. But make sure you label. The main thing is be transparent. Label everything that you have in there, so that if customs does open it and they do want to see, they don't have a question in their mind. It is exactly what you said it is, by weight, ounces, clear down to point ounces, and that it is safe to ship. That's the great thing about this recipe is non-flammable. So here's how I ship all of my spray bottles, which is part of this order. So right now, I know we're coming on Christmas, but the retailers, the stores out there are gearing up for spring. I have been selling these black and beeswax hand rubbed cinnamon bunnies like crazy, and you can see they're all unique because they are handmade. I love the roughness. I've learned how to make them pitted and scratched like that so that they are more prim. It's been a long process, but I figured out a lot of the ways to do this. Here are my little hearts. They're gearing up for Valentine's Day. These retailers are amazing. And our grubby, tall, skinny votives, we melt them down so they look handmade. And well, they are handmade, but so they keep that tradition of looking not cookie cutter from the store. One of the things I've learned over time when I first started shipping, especially things like these rabbits or those taper candles there, things would get broken constantly and I would lose everything. I was in the hole all the time because I didn't know how to ship items. What I've discovered is if you are shipping fragile items like this internationally or just even to other states across the country, it is very, very important that you isolate in small amounts. So my room sprays, I usually do 5 in a packet. So mostly because they're all the same scent, I do 5 bottles per each scent. But if you isolate them, you have less chance of something getting broken, and then you have the packaging too to help protect it. But as far as the rabbits go, I have learned that if you wrap each single rabbit in bubble wrap, now I know it sounds like a lot of work, but I've discovered that if you don't, you're going to lose it anyway. And then you lose your reputation, your shop looks bad. And because people see a return, but they don't see why it was returned, because those little ears on the rabbits will break very easily, or those taper candles are long. Excuse me, they're long and they get, bumped in being shipped or rolling off a conveyor belt somewhere. So it's very important that you're careful with your packaging. I mean, that's probably the majority of your expense when you're shipping is getting the packaging just right. But let me tell you, it will cost you a lot less in the long run if you take the time to individually separate and make smaller amounts of groupings for your shipping box. Another tip is to put items inside a box inside of a box. I've learned, especially with candles, that's the only way to protect them. That extra layer of secure, walled protection for each item is just worth its weight in gold. You may spend $1 or $2 in a box, but that box will save you your whole product and any profit that you have that is going, across, getting shipped across the countryside. So here I am if you saw earlier, I was going to put each tall, skinny votive in a bag together, and I just know that would chip and scratch, and it's just not going to be something good for them. So I did individually end up packing each one separately. Now these are a smaller item and they're quite firm. They're made with a paraffin and beeswax, so they're a little bit stronger. So I can put these little hearts together to ship. Our hearts, again, black and beeswax, cinnamon dusted, are perfect for Valentine's Day, and they're nice for putting around a candle in a bowl, setting on top of potpourri, just making that little Valentine statement. They're a great last minute product purchase for at the checkout counter. They do sell in sets of 3 for those of you who are just that are not wholesalers but regular retailers. They do sell in sets of 3, so a variety of designs on them. One says love, one says XOXO, some have design, some of them don't. So it's just quite the variety of little hearts. I have found a box that is perfect for our product here at the Cranberry Cornstalk Company. This is a size box that is just a staple here. It fits our taper candles, it fits 2 8-ounce jars, it fits 1 32-ounce jar. So we have made this box one of our standards. I do use it in packaging product in a bigger box for wholesale as well as shipping specifically because it fits as far as a retailer or just someone who purchases off of our Etsy account or our regular our regular retail account or regular site, the Cranberry Cornstalk Company site. This is just perfect because it also fits in the mailboxes on the other end. So when the delivery person delivers it, it goes right in the box, no time is wasted. They don't have to go post office and pick it up. It's right there delivered. So that's the nice part about that size. Now here's something I discovered this year. It's like a honeycomb type paper that I thought would be great for shipping candles, but I don't think I'm going to buy any more of it. Obviously, it's really hard to retract from the box. It takes a little bit of finagling. The roller inside doesn't work very well, and you really don't want the roller. I don't like the roller sitting out. Things get dusty, or again, black and beeswax on everything. So I will probably finish this roll up and not use it again. I thought it was nice because it was, it has that weavy look. It didn't seem to really hold the waffly shape. It seems to want to go back to the flat. You can see as you pull it, it separates and makes the webbing, and it's supposed to be like a cushion for whatever it is you're shipping. But honestly, it seems like it goes back flat after an amount of time, and it doesn't seem like it protects the product very well. I've had some broken products using this, so I was a little disappointed. I was hoping it would work because I like the color of black with my cardboard. I thought it looked really pretty, but I'm going to go ahead and use it up and finish using it because I already have like so many rolls of it. But I don't know, it just didn't do a lot for me. It's okay here. See how it goes back flat again? But it works to separate the candles from each other in this box. And then again, like I said, I use the box inside of a box to protect the taper candles here. But that's another idea for you. Something else, you can see on the side of our boxes that we also ship separately for our regular site, for a regular customer. It has the Cranberry Cornstalk Company logo on there. My sister works at a furniture store and they make furniture, and she said they burned their name into their furniture. It gave me the greatest idea to start burning boxes. So I got I don't know what to call them, burnishing iron, or I'm not sure. It's like a hot iron with my name printed on it, and I just put it on everything. It saves trying to find stickers. It saves it ever coming off the box. Your name is on there for good. Your product and logo is on someone's box forever. 30 years from now, they're reusing a box and your name is still on it. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, there you can see it's all just a branding iron that we bought and brand all of our boxes. So we're not buying stickers. It saves a lot of money that way too. So there's another idea for you. So I have yet another size of box that I use for things like these rabbits. I forgot to mention, I do get them from Uline. I would love to find a cheaper box company out there, but as of right now, Uline is it. That's where I order everything from. The 13 by 10 by 2 is perfect for layering things like these rabbits or candles, things like that. But it's just that extra added layer of protection for the item. And like I told you previously, yes, I will end up wrapping every single bunny rabbit to go in this box. You guys, it's not worth it. Spend the extra dollar something on the box to save your product from getting destroyed. First of all, it makes the customer happy to receive what they've ordered, and you don't lose their future purchases. Secondly, if you are on a site like Faire or a wholesale site where they monitor things that are returned, I apologize for getting in front of the camera. There was just limited space, but they also monitor your returns, which rates you lower in their eyes. Say for fair, if your companies are constantly returning things that are broken, it makes your ratings lower, and it just really stinks, because when I first started these bunnies, and then I have my Bells Nickel Santas, things like that, their ears were getting broken on the bunnies, and then the bells nickels were getting cracked. My taper candles were broken. I had so many returns, but take it from me, don't do that. Don't do like I did. Buy the extra box, add $1, somewhere to regain that loss, and you will not regret it. It's definitely worth the purchase. Okay, guys, so the name of the game is Brand, Brand, Brand. I get packaging tape with the string and it's reinforced. I absolutely love it. I get it from Sticker Mule. Sticker Mule can be found online. Here it is. Brand, brand, brand. You want your name on everything. Now, this is great in the case you're shipping wholesale. I did not burnish the name on the outside of these boxes because I'm recycling that box, but I still have my name on there. Now, moving on to my Bells Nickel Santas. Oh, I just love them. Cinnamon dusted Bells Nickels. I sold one of those to an Etsy customer, and I just thought I would share with you how I packaged that. What I do is I wrap it in the tissue first. You can see it's a little bit wet on the edges. That's the scent oil from the previous room sprays. It makes it smell wonderful inside the box. Everything ends up getting scent on it from our shop here. But I just wrap it in a nice little antique looking newspaper tissue. Then I tie it with a little jute string and send it off. It's just a nice way. I've always said part of the gift is the wrapping. It's one of the most important parts. So this is how I ship my items from the website or from Etsy or anything outside of wholesale. This is my retail product that I ship out. And moving from distribution over to production here in the back of the shop, I just thought I'd share with you our cinnamon rolls, our bark melt squares. We've got some Bells Nickel Santas cooling, some rabbits cooling for all of these Easter orders. Our wax for our paraffin items are paraffin with the beeswax, the blackened beeswax, and some cocoa nut oil. We put them all together. That makes a nice scent for the things that are scented, strong enough, soft enough, the whole combination. This is what our bunnies look like. They're so nice, dusted in cinnamon and set maybe again on top of a bowl of potpourri. You can just set them on a shelf for Easter. And oh, look at the snow out there. It's almost Christmas and we're working on Easter and Valentine's in the shop here. But yeah, so there's our cinnamon rolls, and we're getting ready to melt some what looks like icing. So we just take a white soy wax, it's softer, and we pour it in all the cracks over top of the cinnamon roll candles to make it look like icing. When it dries, it'll be a whiter color. These are really popular right now. I don't know why they took off, but they've just been so popular. I can't keep up with making them. One thing about our items is they are all hand rolled wax too, so they're not all going to look the same. If you want to order from us and you think they're all going to look exactly like the picture, they're just not. They're hand rolled and they're hand cut, and they all just look a little bit different. They look like handmade cinnamon rolls. I've never seen cinnamon rolls look all exactly the same when you make them, unless they're from a store and a machine does them. So just wanted to side note that sometimes people get excited because it isn't exactly like the picture. The measurements are as close as we can get. We cut them the same size, weigh them. They just can look different. They're just a variety. So that's what sets us apart a little bit different here. Here I'm just dusting them with some cinnamon and I'll show you the finished product. It's not quite the same as when they're wet. They don't quite look like this when they're completely finished, but I'll put a little picture here and at the end of the video to share how they look as a finished product. Thank you so much for stopping back at the Cranberry Cornstalk YouTube channel. Make sure you hit like, go over there and click that thumbs up for us. I know I always forget to click it. Please go over there and click the thumbs up button now and join us on the next video.